last video, we talked about how to create a basic Google Forms assignment, or a Google form to collect data from students. We discussed 5 of the basic question types. In this week's video, we'll talk about some of the more advanced features available in Google Forms. To get started, log in to Google Drive using your school ID. Go to drive.google.com. To start a new form, click on the red New button and slide down to the More at the bottom of the page. Click on the purple Google Forms button. This will open a blank, untitled form. Check the first box, Require Hillmar Unified School District Login to view this form. Also automatically collect respondents' Hillmar Unified School District username. This means that students' data will automatically be collected as they're completing the form. As I said earlier, this example is going to be an essay rubric, so using the form to grade an essay. In this case, I'm using it as an example of a student grading another student's essay. Last week we talked about the first 5 question types: text, paragraph text, multiple choice, check boxes, and choose from a list. This week we'll talk about some of the other options. We're going to start with the question called scale. In a scale question, students are asked to rate something on a scale of 1 to 5. In the question title, type your directions. In this example, I've asked students to rate their partner's opening sentence of their paper. I put in the headings, what a 1 means and what a 5 means. In this case, I'm saying that a 1 means interesting and a 5 means uninteresting. When you click Done, you'll see that students have 5 bubbles to choose from. A second kind of question that you can add is a grid. In this, students are given a chart and they choose bubbles in the chart. As with the other questions, type your directions and question title. Once you've written in your directions, you'll be asked to label each row. The row titles are usually the categories in which your students will rate each other's work. For this example, I'm having my students rate each other in 4 areas: their use of organization and their use of the 3 rhetorical appeals, pathos, logos, and ethos. Tab to go to each new label. When you get to the third default label, you can just tab to add a new one. You can add as many rows as you like. You can also go back and edit the options as you wish. The columns are the headings that go across the top of the page. These are usually the quality indicators. In this case, I'm using language like exceeds expectations, meets expectations, below expectations, and no evidence. You could replace this information with letter grades or point values. When you're ready, click Require 1 response per row and click Done. Here on the screen you can see the finished question. Students select bubbles in each category. They're only allowed to choose 1 per row. A third kind of advanced question is to add a date. When you add the date, or when you add the time, Google will prompt you to select how you'd like the date and time to be viewed. This type of rubric that I'm creating does not require a date or a time, so I will delete this question. Finally, you can add options to your form to change the layout. You can add a section header, a page break, an image, or a video. In this case, I've decided to add an image. You have 3 options. You can upload an image, take a snapshot with your webcam, and you can also include an image by copying its web address. I'm going to use Google Images to copy a web address. I've gone to Google Images, images.google.com, and searched for a newspaper. I found a picture that I liked. I click on View Image, and I copy the URL or the address from the bar at the top of the page. I then go back to my Google form and I paste that image into the box provided. If the image loads correctly, there will be a preview. Now my image has been added to my form. I can add an image title, and I can add text that will appear when students place their cursor over the image. I can also change the image size by clicking on the image and dragging the holders on the corner of the image. Underneath the image, I can left justify, center, or right justify the image. When I'm happy with how the image looks, I click Done. I can also add a video. Similar to adding an image, you can add it by searching, or you can add it by copying over the web address. If I search for an opinion essay here, I'm not able to preview the videos. Instead, I've gone to YouTube in a separate tab, found the video I liked, and now I'm copying the address and pasting it back in my Google form. Again, a preview is shown before I select the video. Like with an image, I can add a video title and a caption. I can also change the video size by clicking on the video and dragging the handles on the corners to make it bigger or smaller. I can also change the left, center, or right justification of the video. These are all the basic and advanced features in Google Forms. If you have any questions about how to use Google Forms, or you would like some help as you create your first video, please contact me and I will do my best to help you. Thanks for watching!